Hello friends, so I want to show you the last thing that this computer will do, and it's a Ryzen 7 5800X with the GeForce 360 and 64 gigabytes of main RAM and 12 gigabytes of VRAM. And this is the scenery for Clash on Little Pound, that it's almost complete. And as you can see, if in solid mode it plays around 8 frames per second, 7, almost 8, and it's still fluid. You can walk around in solid mode. It's not complete also, it's still work in progress, but most of it's pretty stable. We have clouds going on in the sky from the Pure Sky Pro add-on. And let's switch to solid mode, to rendered mode, to see what it happens. So this will take a bit. Let's place the camera here and let's see if this in texture mode, which will take a long time. But yeah, probably will keep this on the live, like without cuts, so that you can see how it was the usual workflow until now. This is the compiling the shaders, the time that this computer takes. And it's not a bad computer. I had it for 3.5 years. And it's kind of sad to have to upgrade it, sell it, because the new one is a complete new build. And here we go. Let me add. It's still, if you keep the windows this way, it's still manageable. You don't want to make this window very big because it will get real slow also. But yeah, let's try to have it a nice square. And as you can see, I'm moving around, and speed is not something that ideal. But yeah, you can still do some work and adjust things. But when you want to adjust lights and kind of really have this okay, you spend 30 minutes just fighting with the slowness of the thing, because you just try to do some fast things and it can take a bit. Let's try to go underwater. Oh, I don't have the mist activated, I think. Let me see. Strange. Why not? Oh wait. Yeah. So this is the speed that I've been working so far. We have water volume, yes. Let's see. And we are now with water volume. And I think that Sky also doesn't have the volumes activated yet. Okay, let's now try to see the speed in which this plays. Let's play it, and as you can see, it's not even 1 frame per second. It doesn't reach 1 frame per second. Let me, yeah. So it's playing, and really you can, it's pretty much impossible to move around. So kind of slow. This is, I doubt that the new computer can do better than can do much better, but we will see, because it's heavy and it's playing. I doubt that can do much better, because we have already seen like almost 3,700,000 polygons, and that's a lot. But yeah. And it's still missing the volumes of the Sky. Let me try to hide all this mess. And it's still playing, but you cannot really tell. This was actually faster before EEVEE Next. The old EEVEE, this would play faster. But then with EEVEE Next, brought some improvements. But yeah, also brought some slowness. Let me see if you guys are listening to me at all. You probably are. Right. So let's just do one more thing, and that's it. And I will clear all this stuff, all the stuff that I've been carefully maintaining through all these years, and put it all down and replace to the new one. So I hate this part. Most people like to change hardware. I don't, but I'm obligated, and well, what has to be done, it has to be done. So the only thing I want to do now is actually render a frame to see how long it takes to render a frame in this one and in the next one, and let's give it a look. I will leave it in real time, so this will be an excellent, let's see if it doesn't crash. This will be an excellent video if you suffer from insomnia. You have the chance to see nothing for a very long time, or just skip, because that's an interesting feature that these days YouTube has. And in VHS it was a little bit more complicated, because you were running the videotape and the videotape recorder. Or you may have one of those fast forwards things that I also had. Yeah, this may take a while, but it's like everything else. Once you start to do something, you started, and if you keep doing it, it eventually will be done. So I want to show you the things that I have on my desk. I have Doc Brown, talking about time. Doc Brown, and of course Marty, because there is no Doc Brown without Marty. Also, there is not without Einstein. Also, Doc Brown without Einstein. These are toys that my son had, and they gave them to me to have around here. So, James Bond car made in Lego by my son. I also love James Bond. I like how cool he looks in the suit, and also 69 Camaro from Hot Wheels. More. And nothing yet. So, as you watch, this one is supposed to go to the wrist. .3D glasses always around because it allows you to see this in the depth, and sometimes it's useful. Blender is actually awesome in the 3D anaglyph 3D and pen. And then, as you can see, this is the time that you expect with one frame. Let's see a little bit of information about what's going on. Not sure if it's a good idea, but let's see. NV top. Oh, and it's done. Sorry. And it's done. It took exactly 3 minutes. There. It took exactly 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Memory around 5,000 megabytes and peaks at 6,000 and something megabytes. So not bad. It was missing the volumes for the sky. They are not turned on. Not sure if that is important or not, but they are not turned on. And strangely also missing is something in compositing. The compositing paths did not run. At least not all of them. Why is that? Let me take a look. Anyway, not important, but there is something that I have to look in the future. And also, what happened to the volumes of the sky? See? Let's see. Pure Sky, it is Pure Sky Pro. Probably one of the best sky systems I ever seen. Because if this doesn't have what you need, none will have. It's really very detailed, and it's really all the best things that you can expect from a sky system. And I would like to. I know that I hidden the volumetrics, but now I'm not sure where it is that. Probably will not figure out, but it's okay. I'll just leave it like this for testing in a new computer, and we'll see differences in time. So this is already way too much long that you guys can endure. So bye until the new computer. Hello friends, here we are in the future, more or less 1 month in the future. Let's see, I'm already in the new computer. It's now brand new Ryzen 7, let me see. Right, it's like AMD Ryzen 7 900X3D processor with 128 GB of RAM and Nvidia device. It's weirdly, but that's that is Nvidia 5080 somewhere, yeah. That is the Nvidia GeForce RTX 5080. But for some reason it's a device. Strange. Anyway, there is something that I didn't polish on the new computer, and I'm waiting for the new Linux, the new Linux Mint. But let's immediately try the shot. I actually already made a little bit more. I already move on that file, and yeah, so it already has some more things. So you should expect it to be more heavy than before. It's opening, comes from the NAS and the router, and here it is. So in a solid mode, everything is as fluid as possibly it could be. Couldn't be more fluid. Very fluid. Let's see. Boris, that's with the beer. And as you can see, it's very easy to control. Michael Bicolina made an impressive work with the rigging for him. It's really very, very well done, extremely well done. And yeah, extremely well done with all the controls that you can imagine that you could possibly want. And super innovative face control that I've only seen from him, nobody else. And so that would be expected, that there is some performance gain on solid mode. I think I had it before on the, not in texture but in material, I think. Object, yeah, I think that was object. So let's immediately play it to see the difference in speed. And this is now running at around 10 frames per second. With clouds being formed, you know, that's not easy to process these clouds, but it's actually real fast. And the plants are moving and all other stuff, and still you can move it completely. It's very fluid while playing the animation. Not bad at all. Not bad. Textures, yeah. So it probably is a little bit faster when you hide all the things, and there is a lot of things that I need to optimize. It's not bad, but I still need to optimize some things. We are now with 2.6 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, but let's change to rendered mode and let's see what happens. I have fixed the compositor issue that I was having, and it now is working as expected. But this again, loading the textures from the NAS, going to the router going from the PC, all of these in a 1 gigabit per second connection. And here we are, Boris having a cold beer. as you can see, this is substantially more fluid than before, and we are even. This is, you can see it has glow, it has bloom, it has all that stuff that it's working from the compositor. Actually, it doesn't even make a lot of difference. It doesn't really make that difference if you're using the compositor or not, for some reason. So let's take a look. Always, and none. Always, and pretty much no difference at all. Not much difference, and I also have all the volumetrics activated, underwater, above water, everything is on. Does anybody knows how to remove this is the glossy of this lamp. It's the glossy, and why the glossy always looks this sharp? Why it's not just a glow or something like that? Why it's sharp in every place? All the lamps in the reflective surfaces, they all appear super sharp. They probably shouldn't, right? Anyway, as you can see, I now can move a lot faster than before, a really lot faster. I would say that if I disable the compositor, because it's planned for 2000 and it's planned for a square, and if I add this in full screen, let's see what happens. Full screen, and a little bit slower, a little bit more difficult, but still it turns. I don't think that it would turn on the previous version, you know. There is one thing that really annoys me. Also, another thing is the normal maps. The normal maps from the terrain, for example. So let me see if I find the terrain. See? Yeah, terrain. That has geometry nodes to instance the trees and stones. But if I disable completely the normals for it, normal maps, okay, no normal maps, which it made a lot of difference on the previous version, on the previous computer. Now it doesn't seem to make any. Yeah, forget about it. It's not that. On the previous computer, it did make a significant difference, but now no longer does. So this one doesn't mind with normal maps. The other one did. Probably, of course, removing the trees, it will help. Or probably not. Removing the distant trees. Come on, we just have a few trees now. Strange. So, removing the water, for sure that will speed things up. It's somehow strange, actually. It made no difference. Removing the sky. Removing the clouds. Let me look. The volumetrics and removing the clouds. This has to be fast, right? It is not. So that's super strange. But can we remove more? Let's remove all this stuff. There it is around. that is around somewhere. That at the moment I'm not seeing. Okay. I don't think I have activated the pause button. Let me try. Nah, no pause. God damn it. Selected. All visuals selected. That is just awesome. Alright. Let's just remove everything. This is has been someplace, right? Alright. Yeah. What is this stuff? This stuff is the terrain. Oh well. Anyway, let's try it now. It's a little bit faster. All of this turned off. Even so, we are not having the 24 frames per second. It's very strange. Yeah, we have animation, but yeah, let's remove more stuff. Remove probes. Make no difference. Remove mist. And make no difference in this. Remove the entire sky. Nope. Remove lights. Remove cameras. But can we remove more weapons? Remove the entire background. No. Remove vistas, remove mushrooms, remove terrain, remove this. Let's just, god damn it, let's just remove most everything. So shower, tavern. Wait, can't we? That's rather strange. The thing that seems to be, well, let's just go. All right. Wait. No way. That's very strange. So, apparently, what's causing all of this are tables in the tavern. So this and these tables are the thing that is slowing everything down? No. It's the tables. No way. Tables and everything on top of them is parented to the maneuver, because I thought that it would be a good idea to have it moving, to have it flow, but in that case probably is not a good idea at all. Let me try something. Let me try something. That is very important. This is very important because it's just the fact that the tables are following the maneuver that is slowing everything down, and that's not nice. let's try just to remove the, let's just deactivate the tables then, and the seats. Let's deactivate the stuff that is parented to the maneuver. Let's try it. Nope. Let's deactivate the entire turbine. And again, it makes no difference. This is very puzzling. It's very puzzling because what is causing the slowdown? Actually, it's very strange. But as you can see, the new PC does make a huge difference. It's now workable in every state of the file. It's workable in every way. You just can enable everything, and you can actually move. Before, I remember that it was a lot more legacy. You guys will see it better when I join the two videos together. And that's it. I think that by now everybody is sleeping. So don't lose the updates on the. If you want to know more about this project, don't lose the updates on the web thread that is also in the forum. Just look for Clash on Little Pound, and have a great weekend. Stay well. Bye. Again, I forgot something. I forgot to try to render it to see how fast it was compared with before. So let's see it. So if I remember correctly, I do because I just seen the video. It was around 3 minutes and something on the previous computer, on the RTX 3060. So let's see how fast this one can do it. I already run it once because it has to load all that textures, and so that's counting with time that comes from the NAS and all that thing again. So the first time it was already 1 minute and 27. Let's see now the actual render time, because now it has all the textures on the RAM and all that stuff on the VRAM also probably. So it doesn't have to load it from all the path, the entire path. And there we have it. That's it. This time with everything on, with compositor and everything on, and it went from 3 minutes to 1 minute. That's a great performance gain. 1/3 faster. That's in 10,000 frames. That is 3 times faster. That's a lot faster. Yeah, it's not okay. It's more or less what I expected. It's good.